Wait, come here.
Ya, güey.
Opening credits. Okay. Mic test 3, 2, 1. Alright, so day 76. Backtesting until I'm profitable. 9th July 2025. So we'll be doing the 2024 ICD futures model. Let's get right to the point. Alright, so I'll actually remove some drawings from yesterday. Like with the daily time frame now. Alright, so on the daily time frame, we're pretty bullish. Almost create all-time highs, but we are kind of bullish. And this is on the NAS. Now on the 4 hour, we're looking like this. We have some other blocks here. This whole move, then we push higher, drop again, and then continue the push. So now going in the 1 hour, we can expect to have some strong POI holding price, such as this other block. We have relatively equal highs, being a very good draw on liquidity here. Where is BSL? Alright, so after having this buy side liquidity, you can see that we have some lows right here which are holding price. So first, this other block, there's this 1 hour order block. Alright, now going to 15-minute. So if we can continue the drop, it's possible, and then reverse and continue to the all-time highs, because the high time frame showed us that we're kind of bullish. So we might take out some lows from yesterday, then continue the push to the upside. So let's see what the market does. Now on ES, the daily time frame, we're also kind of bullish. Actually, it's bullish, not a debate. And there's some kind of, alright, so we have a nice move as well here. I thought like there was some kind of something, but luckily not. Now on the 4 hour, we're also in this kind of auto block, which might be clear in the 1 hour. So it's actually not not only an inversion. It's not another block. It's here. It's like some kind of inversion. You can see like the inversion here was also suspected. Let's see how it looks on the 30 minutes. Well, yeah, this kind of other block here. This was created by an NFP. So it's a 30-minute block. Now going on the 15, you can see we took out a high here. I think it's an SMT. Let's see how it looks on NAS. So here and here, you can see we created a high here, but here we didn't, which means we might actually drop. And we're not in some kind of strong POI other than this fair value gap that price tapped into. So we see what price does. We have some relatively equal lows here though, which might be respected. So the sell side. In the 15-minute, we're a few minutes. Wait, market has already opened. Huh. I thought this was before market open. Anyways, so let's see if we can find an entry. Well, the 1 minute after forming that SMT, you can see that we dropped, changing state. So there was some really nice entries here that we didn't take. And same as here. You can see that we took out some highs, created inversion here, changing state, traced inside here, and then dropped nicely Yeah, so it's not bad. Let's see what price does later on. So we still have a liquidity level here, which means if it gets tapped, can, you know. So here it's equals. Here it's some kind of they're here. So we have some kind of SMT on this. And how about this? Okay, this is crazy now, because we have this and this, which means an SMT is more likely we should have a strong SMT here as holding price. The 5 minute, it's here, like here and here. So considering that we're in a 1 hour, well, it might be hard because getting a change in state might require us to push above there. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how the 1 minute looks like. So here was the nice continuous drop. Let's see what happens. All right, so we inverse the gap. We create an inversion here. Did we take out the lows? No, we didn't. Here we also didn't take out any lows. The only low we took out was this one right here. And we get a change in state, and we have an inversion, so kind of balanced price range. Now let's say get a kind of retracement into the change in state. So you see how this moves. So it ends up dropping. The reason I hesitated to enter is because of this candle. So market is consolidating around for some reason. So we take out these highs now. So I think we're about to break out of this manipulation accumulation range. Let's see. You can see that we shift close below this recent low, retracement into a gap, then we start dropping. So let's look on the 1 hour where the next target will obviously be. So the next target will be like this low. So first this low here, it's okay, but most likely you might also have these lows here. Okay, so now going on the 1 minute. Let's see how this looks like. So this will be like 1-to-1 entry, considering that we're waiting for price to reach to this equals on ES. And looking here, we don't have any kind of SMT. Good. But this is not my setup, so I can't trade it. I just want to see where price goes. So price ends up dropping, obviously. But this was just the model. The reason that is a great setup. I mean, trading and using like accumulation and the shift. But here I want to, test out the forever model. So yeah, this is a good entry, but for another session, I think. Right, so let's wait for lunch hour to be over and see if we can get some liquidity off of it. So ES still hasn't taken out those lows, and you're still in the 1 hour the block. Now from 12 to 13 right here. This is our range of liquidity. So we have lunch high and lunch low. One gets taken out, then we drop. We go to the other one. If low gets taken out, then we'll target the higher one. Let's go slowly, very slowly, and see. So we haven't taken out the lunch yet, but here on ES we absolutely did, which means we have an SMT already. Now our change in state isn't somewhat clear, but yeah, we have the sweep. Change in state might be here because on the 1 minute you can see some down close candles interfere. So I'd like to mark it here where our change in state actually had an inversion here. Our change in state will be somewhere here. Now let's see if we get a retracement into the change. Alright, that's what I was looking for. And yeah, let's get this and then I'll target. Yeah, I'll be risking like a half. Let's see what happens. So consolidates around entry and stops us out. Meanwhile for NAS, it takes out the lunch high, and by the looks of it we might continue with the drop. Let's see. So the good entry was in the morning. Yeah, somewhere here. Let's go to the next day. So NAS ended up putting, Q ended up putting on these relatively equal lows here. Very nice sell side. While for the S&P, did you have these equal lows? Yeah, we have them, even though they were somewhat irregular here. And here you can see how far NQ went in accordance to this one. So gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so new day. You can see we're bullish. We've inversed some gaps here, creating an inversion, which means that price is absolutely bullish. And all we'll be looking for here is retracement into a QPOI and then a push. So going on the 15-minute. Some of the gaps here, you can see retrace into the gaps and then we'll push. Let's see what happens at the open. right? So you can see the opening candle. Now in the 1 minute here, let's see how candle opens. So you can see the open is kind of aggressive. We get this very crazy up close candle here, so it's like some kind of SMT and this, like from here to here. Looks like price wants to have some kind of a drop maybe before we continue the push, and if we were to drop, maybe our next run liquidity would be these lows or other significant loss to the downside. So our first down close candle, was this down close candle? No. So our first down close candle was here. So you can see like we have a change in state. So and we've embraced some internal gaps. So we've got this here. So I'd like to wait for a retracement because this is the opening candle. You can see how we're rejecting the level at all costs with these crazy wicks. And we end up dumping, of course. So I was hesitating to enter because of these wicks. Well, it was pretty obvious that we're rejecting this level. So yeah, I think I should note it. If we have this kind of SMT, we have the fair value gap retracement. So this drop might be, this was like a sign for us to continue, sign for institutions to continue loading the entries, which might have been like a Q2 entry as well. Shit happens, right? So nice drop, while on ES we're having a crazy SMT as well. This was at 939. So on ES we're having this kind of SMT. Get a retracement into the gap, and then we drop. Meanwhile here we are also having a retracement into the fair value gap. Our next draw would obviously be like this low, at least here. Hence, like our next target will be that low, where we can take an entry to the low with a stop loss above the high and risking 0.5. So we were really close to TP. This is crazy. Should have moved my stop loss to break even. I was so focused on seeing the trade hit TP. So another lesson learned. And then we start pushing higher. So we took up this low here. But here, did I take out this one? Well, it's some kind of SMT because here it was taken out. Then we start pushing higher. Now going on to ES, you can see that after taking out this low, we started pushing higher, and our change in state was right here, inversion. So let's see if we can get a retracement. So we have this kind of drop nicely into the change in state as well. Alright, so we get the drop that we were waiting for. Let's see if this is not a trap. But I don't think it is. Is this gap being respected? On the 5 minute, it's looking like this. We drop, order block supports price. When we're on the 5 minute here, we drop, order block supports price, and we push. So I think that buys here would be really valid. Let's see. We're ready for, we have equal lows. So end up shooting high 10 minutes later. These equal lows were really scary. 5 minutes looking like. Right, then 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute as well. So I put in a nice SMT here. Oh god, why did we make it so fast? So we have this and this SMT here. Now in the 2 minutes we get our changing state here. Created some priority gaps, and here in the 2 minutes also didn't create any inversions, but we get a sweep here. In the 1 minute we removed some inversions, so I think yeah, trade can be valid. Let's take it on ES. The reason I prefer ES is because we're still near the changing state and our draw will be like an obvious low. So the 1 minute, the next possible low will be right here, and if it's a kind of like rebalance, so for price to continue pushing up, then from this low to this high, you can see that we might be targeting at least this low. And looking on this move here, this liquidity sweep from here to here, till our level 2 is somewhere here. So taking the entry, my ticket will be there. Now going with the 1 minute and the 2 minute, you can see we've put in a fair value gap, so I'd like my stop loss to be above the fair value gap because we're a bit late at the entry. So let's see if this is another loss or if this day provides any opportunity. Market is playing with us for real. Okay, we're about to reach into lunch hour. Let's see if we tap the POI we need. Oh come on, consolidation, seriously. If it continues like this, then oh god. So we're already into lunch hour. I don't know, I'm gonna close this. It's not doing anything. And the moment I close it, it hits TP. So crazy. Yeah, well, this trade was messy. Not a good. Yeah, it was meh. It was not really nice. While on ES, this high held, but we didn't do any drop. We moved around and stop loss. So it's just the same thing. So we're putting in an SMT here. And here as well. And going here on ES. Let's see what's happening. Get this crazy shoot up at 1, while here we're putting in another SMT. These SMTs will kill us. These SMTs are really too much. Alright, so you get the shift, but I didn't get an inversion. We have no fair value gap inside here, but we got the sweep, the shift, and then retracement to a fair value gap. We're having an SMT on the 1 hour. Sorry, 1 hour is this week's. I have a fair value gap though. 15 minute. It also has this week's, and the 5 minute. Nothing bigger other than these highs taken out. While here in the 5 minute, we're looking at this. In the 1 hour, looks like we dropped into this gap here, and 15 minutes. Yeah, basically the same thing. Fair value gap, drop continues. So here I think we have another entry on 5th Feb. So going into the 1 minute here, I think this is a good setup to take out these lows. Let's put it somewhere here. Now my target, these lows, you can see you get a 1.18. So I can even keep take profit open just in case.